looking at the set list because we're like, guys, there's 6 or 7 new songs. Nobody knows these songs yet, but we've always been a band to kind of throw things out there, and it's usually because they just feel good, and that's just what matters the most to us is that the set feels good from front to back. And we might throw 6 new songs in there. You just never know. And that's kind of what we've been doing of late is playing a lot of the new stuff because it feels like the set is way better with them in there. I think it's the closest record to what we've ever gotten to of like capturing the live energy in the songs, and I think that really translates to the stage too.
What's up, everybody? It's Keefy at GhostColdMag.com. I am super stoked to be chatting for like the umpteenth time in my career with Crobot. How are you guys doing?
Good to see you, man.
And that's like an umpteenth pleasurable experience. You get artists that you followed the whole way. Like you guys have kind of existed along the same timeline as Ghost Cult in a way. And I've worked in music journalism before this, and it's always a pleasure to catch up with y'all. And I'm super stoked about the brand new album, Obsidian.
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah, we're like the herpes of like heavy metal. I don't know if it'd be heavy metal. But...
I mean, it's pretty metal. You've got a song called Metal on the new record. I got an interesting place to jump off on and say, like, you guys always rip it musically, but I want to ask if you are all okay. Because it's a very dark record, and I obviously, like, no puns intended with the title, Obsidian, but, like, it feels like a very sinister and sad record just a little bit, and I want to make sure all of you are okay. I know life has been hard the last few years for everybody.
Yeah, we're good. It is definitely a reflecting record, especially lyrically, content-wise, and I think that's kind of symbolizes where we're at in our careers is, it's kind of the death of one era and the birth of another as far as we're concerned. We're kind of taking the driver's seat more on this record now, being on the other side and out of our deal with Mascot. We're working with Megaforce just in the distribution side of things, really, and kind of, creative control is all on us now and all the direction of everything. And, even down to like, videos and everything. And we were just trying to inject our character into everything. But this was really a record of what do we value? Who are we at this point in our careers? And who are we at this point in life?
Fair enough. And, obviously you always want to, everything you guys have done, whether it's a comic book personally, Brandon, or the music or the EPs or the cover. I even love the Black Cat cover. Like, I'm wild. I love that song. I always have. I always thought, like, some metal band is going to come along or heavy rock band and do that song some justice. I don't think it's been covered before. So that was a pleasant surprise. But yeah, I'm really digging this record overall. Obviously, it's heavy. It's got all the things people are looking for. It's still you guys. But I do see the growth. I see some, it's very cliche to say this is our best record or this is our most mature record, but it feels like a very grown up guys heavy metal record for sure. It's not like, we love swords and dragons and shit. We love Dio, but like sometimes you got to talk about the personal dark stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and it was a lot of that, but it was a lot of getting back to that too, like getting back to being tongue in cheek and metal, the way that one started is there's just this crazy story I had in my mind about, rock and Heschers against AI robots making music and, but they're robots, so they're metal. So are we supposed to accept them or, but it's everything. It's everything that we are. And we were not afraid to do it on this record.
Right. I live in San Francisco now. We met when I lived on the East Coast where I'm from, but, so I sold out to go out West, but I will tell you that, like I don't fear technology, but also like you guys have seen it recently where like there's weird hackers taking over people's Spotify pages and putting up generic ass songs and confusing fans. I hope that hasn't happened to you yet. I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays the fuck away from all of us actually, because I think it really kind of waters down and ruins everything. But somebody's trying to get some payouts from Spotify is really shitty.
Well, if we ever release a bad record, we'll just blame it on them. No, it wasn't us.
You guys don't like it?
I don't know.
Right on. Heidi, take note of this. And anyway, for the future press releases, yeah, super fun. That's so fun. I hope not to. I don't think you guys could actually put out a bad record. I'm pretty convinced. We haven't actually talked since I talked to you, Bishop, like for the EP before the last record. So it's actually fun. I really am trying to like space these out so you don't see my face every year. I don't want to make you sick of me or Ghost.
You're looking good.
You guys. I'm trying. I'm hanging in there pretty good considering, the numbers keep clicking up and up on the dial. So like you got to keep trying. It's a raw record too. Like there's some killer riffs and it doesn't feel like, I think you guys always sit in your own little pocket universe as a band and don't copy anybody else. Like, obviously there's all genres we like and dig and, influences we all come from. We've talked about that in past interviews. But what I like about Obsidian is it's just raw. I love these like just very, just a very simple tracking, not a lot of fancy production. It's just kind of in your face. And I don't want that to ever change from the band.
Yeah, I think, personally, I like bands that sound like bands. I like a band that doesn't sound overproduced. I mean, everything sounds big and, obviously we put a lot of time into making things sound clean and clear and big, but it's important that we sound like a band, like we sound like four dudes playing the song, right? When it goes farther than that, it's just a taste thing for me personally. And, there's a lot of bands that do it that are successful in it, but, Queens of the Stone Age, they don't need to do that. Clutch doesn't need to do that. Mastodon doesn't need to do that. I mean, there's so many huge examples, and it's not just the old hits. It's not just like what every Alice in Chains record sounds amazing, but it does. And I want my band to sound like that as well.
Right on. I always love to tell the story. I saw Mastodon kind of before they broke out in a little club in Queens. And it's just other than a little like Bron singing, it's the same band. It's kind of the same songs, except for a little more melody. And it's kind of the same. It's not that far removed. It's not that big a leap from, Remission to now. A little bit, but not that. It's not so radical that the fans couldn't follow them. And I think, Crobot has its own little fan base of loyalists and, diehards. I think we've seen it live. I've seen you guys at festivals. I've seen you guys at little clubs. And it's always the same show. You guys rip it live. And I'm excited to hear these new songs in a live setting. I think it's going to be radical.
Yeah, it was really tough these last couple tours looking at the set list because we're like, guys, there's 6 or 7 new songs. Nobody knows these songs yet, but we've always been a band to kind of throw things out there. And it's usually because they just feel good, and that's just what matters the most to us is that the set feels good from front to back. And we might throw 6 new songs in there. You just never know. And that's kind of what we've been doing of late is playing a lot of the new stuff because it feels like the set is way better with them in there. So, it feels I think it's the closest record to what we've ever gotten to of like capturing the live energy in the songs, and I think that really translates to the stage too.
Man, that is awesome to hear. I love that. And I can't wait to catch you guys soon. But obviously we have this record release incoming, and I'm glad you mentioned. It's funny, we were joking about AI and streaming, but I still feel like for underground rock and heavy metal and more extreme forms of metal, it's still hand-to-hand combat. We're trying to get out there and kung fu this stuff into people's face hole, and ear holes. We're trying to get it into them and get records into people's hands. I know personally I'm so excited that vinyl made such a big comeback. I'm such a nerd and not quite cool enough to be a hipster, but I have a podcast about vinyl on top of Ghost Cult. So, it's a thing. But I'm sure you guys are also excited about like the return of all these different formats and things, especially with this beautiful artwork and the cool layout in the back, out with the runes for each single and stuff like that. I thought it was super smart, and I can't wait to see this thing like in my studio here.
Yeah, thanks, man. We actually, this is the first time we had cassettes printed up. So we did a limited 100 cassettes, and yeah, it's cool. Vinyl's still our number one seller, and I think CDs will always print up CDs because a lot of people just like to get them at shows to get signed. So yeah, but the resurgence on vinyl is a real thing, man. This one's a double disc. The record's so long we had to do 2 vinyls, so it's a nice big hefty one.
I think Rob Zombie was the one who said you can't sign an MP3. Or, you know, obviously you can't do it. Can you sign my cell phone where I listen to Spotify? I hope people are, you know, I hope people are still buying records and CDs. And I know people that are still CD collectors, peers and friends of mine in the business and just my friend group. And and cassettes, like, it's never been the best delivery system for a song because it's still kind of janky to me, but like, because I had so many tapes break on me. But at the same time, it's you know, it's refreshing that physical media in this weird ephemeral age of everything kind of going out the window. I'm still stoked that like people want to hold these things. It matters to me.
Yeah, man. And, you know, the only real way for smaller bands to sell them is to play live. And we're thankful that we're still getting tours. We're getting ready to, tomorrow we leave for tour with CKY, do a month with those guys. That's their 25-year anniversary. And yeah, man, the first leg with them was phenomenal. And, you know, we pushed a lot of merch on a lot of new fans. That was super cool.
Yeah, legit, you have to play for a whole new fan base every couple of years or else, you know, it's cool. I think, like I said, your people will always come with you. I'm one of them. So I'm one of your people. We will always follow, but it's cool to go get in front of new audiences. And you guys are from almost the similar area of PA, actually, originally. And I find CKY's career has also been super fascinating. Can make a case study out of it, you know, in terms of longevity and stuff like that, which I really appreciate about them too. And they're always good live, always super good live.
Yeah, those guys, they're awesome, man. One of the most underrated bands. I feel me and Brandon, you know, grew up loving that band, still do. And I mean, I can't believe they're not bigger than they are now. I thought that they had some records and some songs that were just, you know, great songs. And also thought that there would be more CKY fans that knew of Crobot, because I feel like there is a lot of crossover there just with the riffs and the music and stuff. But apparently not, you know, which is good for us on this tour because, you know, we're getting a really good introduction.
Right on. Well, you just get out there every night and play your trade and, you know, play your new stuff and play some jams and convert the masses. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. We are doing it out here on our way, and you got to do it too. What's on tap after the CKY tour that you can talk about?
Nothing really in the books. Honestly, we're trying to figure that all out now. We got some ideas that we're trying to put forth, and you know, we have, I don't know what year anniversary is it of Something Supernatural? Is it 10 or is it 11?
10.
It's 10.
Thank you for helping me with my segue for a couple of questions from now. But yes, it is October 28th, according to, if it's accurate, Wikipedia. We know not to trust it always. But Something Supernatural, October 28th, 2014. And it's around the time I met you guys in person for the first time, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And you've been a band a bit long. Yeah, you've been a band a bit longer than that too. So that's wild. I don't know if any of that stuff's gonna creep back in, but it'd be cool if it did.
Yeah. We're looking to do something special for the anniversary. So other than that, we hope to get back overseas next year and just keep touring. Put it out on the record. Why not?
You know, there's always covers, and another EP is always looming with you guys, it seems. Bishop and I have talked about this. I feel like you guys are always, you know, writing stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just because something's always brewing. Even when this one's done, I'm sure you're not done. You have other stuff cooking.
Yeah, that's just part of... How did we get shifted over the camera? It's on over. It's like slowly going out.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's in our makeup, man. You know, like we're always just writing. That's part of the fun of being in a band, yeah.
I feel like my man over here is a hostage. You okay today, buddy? You good?
Oh, I'm great.
He's like the Stockholm Syndrome band member who's like, okay, don't talk. Do everything. Don't say anything today. We'll let you get like one sentence in. That's like the joke in Deadpool. No talking. No talking, big guy. But nah, you're good, right?
Oh, absolutely. This record has been a lot of fun. Just to jump back and talk about some of the authenticity. We just, like, being a live band, we just kind of let some stuff fly. They just said record, and I think that's what's resonated. I think that's some of the stuff that really brought people to the band in the first place, kind of with Something Supernatural as well, as it sounds like a band. Sounds like a band with really cool, fresh ideas, just jamming in the room and capturing that lightning in the bottle. And I'm excited for people to really hear that on this record. There's not a lot of production outside of what we did in the room, really.
It's just good performances with very talented musicians. Yeah. And we are already writing the next batch of songs. We can't stop. So, you know, in about a year, we'll probably be saying hi again.
It's you that'll be getting sick of us.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. I will tell you, I did not have a Crobot video game on my bingo card this year, but here we are. Do you want to talk a little bit about that game? Because I thought it was a really cool way, kind of helped introduce the new material and the campaign. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, that was a good way to, right, like you said, it was a good introduction to the lore, the vibe, the story. I don't know, it just sort of let people know what to expect a little bit. I wish we wouldn't have made it as hard as we did, because like no one understands that when you die, you can just continue playing, right? Like, so everyone plays it, immediately dies, and then they're like, "Oh, your game's so hard." It's like, dude, just keep going.
Yep.
But yeah, that was Cousin Dave programmed it. We did all that on the road basically.
Yep. Over what? Hamburgers and beer?
Yep. And it was, I don't know many other bands with video games, just saying.
Yo, fair enough. I want to say Red Fang had a video game like 2 or 3 years ago when they dropped their last one, and it was impossible to play. Like, it was difficult. I was like, okay, this is frustrating, and I just want to roll one, smoke one, and listen to this record. But I like your... And I feel like, Brandon, with the comics and stuff like that, I feel like I want more. I like that ephemera, man. I like comic books. I just got like a Coven, Jinx Dawson Coven comic book that blew my brain. I had to get it. I was like, okay, I can't really make an impulse buy here, but I was like on eBay in records, and then Jinx has her own store with all the Coven material and her like autograph stuff. And I was like, okay, I need this graphic novel now. And it's like, the Vampira comic book, except it's Jinx and Coven songs. I was like, so I want more stuff like that from y'all in the future when time permits too.
Yeah, we're working on the 3rd issue. Slowly but surely we take our time and make sure we do it right first. But yeah, we're going to continue to do all that stuff, and probably more of it now that, we're fully in the driver's seat now, and it's all us now. So we're putting the pedal to the metal.
Right on. Do you guys want to stay DIY with that stuff, or do you, as you mentioned, be in a little more DIY and hands-on this go round, or should I be like secretly, angrily Facebook messaging like the Z2 Comics guy stuff looking up with a deal?
I mean, yeah, if you can set up an intro, we're more than happy to talk to anybody, really. We just want to do it and put it out there for people to have access to it. So at whatever capacity, if we can up that, we sold out of everything. So, the demand is there, and if we can get somebody like Z2 behind us, we have talked about it, and we would love something like that.
Right on. I'd love to see it. They do such a great job. I actually was a fan before we even started covering them. I was buying their stuff, and there's a few other cool brands out there doing stuff with bands, like I said. Just for a last one for you, since the tour kicks off tomorrow, what's the tour bus van tour bus tunes? Like, what's the music list like? Who's picking the songs? What's on?
Usually whoever's driving. I've been in a 90s country phase. Last night it was all Shania Twain and Dwight Yoakam, Little Brooks and Dunn. This guy we found named Paul Calton. He's a Texas guy. And you remember Mothership? That band Mothership? So Kelly from Mothership is playing guitar for him, which is like crazy out of nowhere. He's a good buddy of ours.
Mothership was on the Drunk as Shit tour.
Yep. And we've stayed friends ever since. And so here's to you, Kel. Congratulations, bud.
Right on.
Yeah, and the other is so it's either Shania Twain or Limp Bizkit. I think Disturbed was in there, little new metal.
Yeah, first kick. The first Disturbed record is phenomenal. Dropping plates on your ass, bitch.
Drayman is such a great singer. I definitely did not take him seriously in 2000 as being a tough guy, but he's actually a tough guy. He could be a tough guy. But yeah, I do love that record. It's not even a secret. I saw them before they also got big, and like right before their record came out, and so listen, man, people are loving the new metal. It's like the 25th anniversary of Slipknot. Korn's got 30 years in now. And, that second wave, obviously we had the big Linkin Park news. Disturbed is still huge. Like, it's crazy. Like, and Limp Bizkit did that tour. I don't know why Corey Feldman is out there opening. He needs to, Fred, hook it up and get Crobot on the next tour. But Corey Feldman is out there trying to shred like Jimi Hendrix. I
think it's Fred's just trying to troll everyone for the years of hate he got in Limp Bizkit. Like, honestly, I feel like it's that.
We're to be honest, he also he stole your vest, man.
I can't wear a mirror vest anymore.
No, very similar to the same cheekbones and vest.
Yeah,
it's a little much.
Yep. I can't be, confused with being that authentic.
Oh, well, I'll forgive him for the old man look and the cowboy look and the bolo ties, but if he rocks the mutton chops, we riot. The good news from Crobot, man. It is always a pleasure. I wish you the best of success. I'm super stoked about Obsidian once again coming out soon. And, be safe out there. Keep some, get some air tags on your gear and have somebody stay with the bus or the van because holy shit, America right now. But I'm so just happy for y'all and keep up the great work and you keep making riffs and songs and we'll keep coming out.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, man.
Anytime. Peace.